Previously, on the last episode of Fireside Story with Josh.
Boys, your family's here. Come on down.
Yes, my cousins! Brody? 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 Help! 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 Where's Kyle and Maya?
They're outside getting the groceries.
Okay. My cousins!
Okay, so where is that? You know what? Francis might know. Francis!
Hey Grandpa, why is everybody here? Grandpa, why is everybody here?
Joshua, your mother wanted to take a photo. More importantly, what are you wearing? Why is it that every time I come to visit here, you're in your boxes?
It's a long story.
There's nothing long about that. It's short. I can see your boxes. Why aren't you dressed? Anyways, I remember the first time I took a picture. It was with your grandmother. It was the 1920s. You know, it was really scary back then because there used to be a big flashing light. Excuse me, Joshua, I tell the stories, you listen.
We're going over Josh today.
Who are you talking to? I'm talking to you.
And basically,
oh my gosh, this
what happened was...
Joshua!
So we kind of ended our story off with like Moses leading the Israelites through the wilderness. So Moses tells them, he's like, look, I'm not going to be able to lead you into the promised land. But I've chosen this dude, his name is Joshua, he is going to do it. And Moses, they were called kind of upset and sad, and when Moses goes off and he passes away and everybody mourned, and it was awful. It was awful because, well, their leader just died. And so the mantle gets brought down to the mantle passes on to Joshua, and Joshua is now going to be the leader that leads these Israelites into the promised land.
Oh my gosh, bro! Oh, Grandpa!
Brodies! Anyway, hold that thought, disappointment. Brodies! What's up, boys? Yeah, I got Brody, Kyle, and Lyle, but that's confusing. Brody 2 and Brody 3. Perfect.
So, that makes me Brody 35! Yeah!
Brody, take a second, figure it out. It's not 35. Then talk to your cousins.
Then what is it? So you add them together, 2 and 3. Yeah, because you're 2 and 75. Then Texas and California. That means you gotta be. You gotta be 4.
It's Friday though. It's Friday.
It's Friday. So I'm 4. Yeah. I'm Brody 4.
Okay, if that makes you feel better.
All right. I like 4. I like 4.
Jericho, everything that happened. They sent spies inside, and
What?
just
Wait.
So like we're going through the story.
Grandpa used to talk to himself again.
He's been doing that. Your heart needs to get checked.
Yeah, I think he needs to take his pills.
He might have worms.
Worms.
So Joshua is new leader of the Israelites, and he's like, he wants to know what's going on inside of this great city of Jericho. So he sends some spies into Jericho, and the king finds out that there's spies coming. So the king sends out his guards, and they're trying to find all these spies and this, that, and the other. And Rahab, she's not exactly the most perfect person. She's made her mistakes, and she sends them. She takes in these spies, and the guards come to her and they're like, "Where are the spies? We know they're here." And she's like, "Look, they've been here, but I don't know where they went. You guys might want to hurry because they probably haven't gotten far." So, really and truly, the spies actually have been like hiding in her ceiling, like kind of like the attic area on top of the roof. So she talks to the spies and she's like, "Look, I know your God's coming here to destroy this city. Please spare me. Is there anything I can do?" And they told her, "Hang a scarlet cord outside of your house and we won't come in and like attack your house and your family." And she's like, "All right, cool." So it's kind of cool to see that even somebody who isn't the most perfect person helps out in a specific way, and for her actions, both her and her household has been saved.
Oh my gosh, why the chicken's in here, boys? Okay. This is dinner, boys. Come down to the dinner table.
Chicken, dude.
You grab the chip.
Dude, just grab the chip. Ready? Whoa, dude, oh my god.
Okay.
Brody do be smacking though.
Alright, wait. Why is he talking to
So
himself?
basically, as we were going through the story of
Dude, that's kind of sick,
You know,
bro.
this is why he doesn't have a girlfriend. Oh my gosh.
So Joshua, he gathers all the Israelites together and he's like, "Look, we're gonna go attack Jericho. We need to get across the Jordan." So they camp right next to the other side of Jordan, and he's like, "Hey, priests, come here." So he gathers all the priests and he's like, "Look, take the Ark of the Covenant." They're like, "All right, cool." So they bring the Ark of the Covenant to the edge of the river, and he's like, "Hey, priests, you see, just like, you know how you have the Ark of the Covenant in it? Yeah? Well, like, walk into the river." They're like, "What?" He's like, "When you walk into the river, it'll like clear out." So, "Are you sure?" So they did it, and then sure enough, where the priests were standing, the entire river just kind of like split, right? So then what happens is all the Israelites can pass through the river. It's crazy. And what he does is he tells one person from each tribe, right? One person from each tribe to pick up a rock, and then they stack 12 rocks on top of each other. So they know like this is like a remembrance of when we passed the river. It's really cool because now it's like gearing up and ready to go take on the city. All right, so Joshua, he's ready. He's gathering up his city. He's gathering up his Israelites, and they're ready to go. They're ready to take on Jericho. And this guy comes up to him and he's like, "Look, I'm a warrior for the Lord." And Joshua's like, "All right, cool." And he's like, "You got to follow my instructions if you want to take on Jericho." He's like, "All right, cool." So he tells him, he's like, "Look, here's what you do. Gather all of your troops," right? And Joshua's like, "All right." So Joshua gathers up all of his troops, tells the Israelites what the warrior told him. So he's like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Every day, we're gonna march around the city once for 6 days. And then on the 7th day, we're gonna march around it 7 times. And right at the end, we're gonna like shout, and all the trumpets and all the priests they're gonna blow their horns. Everybody's gonna shout and yell." And when they did that, the walls came tumbling down, and they went inside and they plundered the entire city. They killed everybody, just like everybody inside of the city, except Rahab. And then they went on to conquer the other parts of Israel, conquer other parts of the promised land, the land that God had given them. And it just shows the entire process from Moses to the wildernesses to Joshua conquering the city of Jericho, that in the end, no matter how bad it gets, God is going to prevail.
Picture time!
Picture. Oh, I'm supposed to sit there. Sorry, Francis. Sorry, Mom.
My goodness, they don't know how to behave, kitty.
Alright, smile, look pretty. Pretty smiles. Pretty. All right. Okay, now silly one. Silly. Do something silly. Do something fun. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That was very good. Okay.
You know, Josh,
All right.
you're not that much of a disappointment. You're a pretty good storyteller. Josh, I love you.